everyone, I'm Teresa, and this is day 39 of my summer break, and I read you chapter 10 of Amelia Bedelia cleans up last week, so today I will read you chapter 11. Chapter 11, Another Woman's Treasure. Miss West poured tall glasses of icy lemonade and set out sugar cookies. First, tell me how you knew my cats would like lemon marmalade, she said. Because we knew that Minsk at least liked lemon tarts, said Amelia Bedelia. She explained how she had coaxed Minsk down out of a tree with one of her tarts. Then the girls told Miss West about their club and how a tree house would be a perfect meeting place, and how the oak tree in her lot would be the perfect place for that tree house. So we were wondering, maybe, said Amelia Bedelia said, could you not sell the lot after all? Oh dear, Miss West sighed. I'm sorry, girls, but the truth is I need the money. I want to stay in this house as long as I can. It's full of wonderful memories and all the things my husband and I collected in our travels. But the roof has started to leak and I need to repair it quickly. There are some other things around the house that need work also. That's why I decided to sell the lot. Amelia Bedelia felt terrible. It's a shame. Miss West finished up her glass of lemonade. I wish I could help out three fellow explorers. Would you like to see some things we collected on our travels? I imagine you saw my mask from Nigeria up in the attic and the kite from Japan too. There are some other interesting mementos I could show you. I'd love to see them, said Heather. Yes, please, said Holly. Amelia Bedelia was not sure. Did you really bring home toes, she asked. And just men's toes, or are they from any woman? Miss West laughed. Mementos is another word for souvenirs, things that I've collected from all over. In that case, said Amelia Bedelia, I'd love to see them too. Miss West told them that the wooden horn hanging above the staircase was a didgeridoo from Australia. There were swords from Spain hanging in the library and a fan made of peacock feathers on a desk. Next to the fan was a jar full of coins from countries all over the world. And also a giant shell, shiny pink inside, that Miss West had found in Bermuda. When Amelia Bedelia held it up to her ear, she could hear the sea. I'm sorry that I couldn't help with your treehouse, Miss West told them when it was time for them to leave. Do come back another day. I love having company. The three friends headed home. Amelia Bedelia took a last look at Miss West's house as they walked down the block. It did not look spooky to her anymore. It looked like a house full of treasures, like a wonderful place to explore. That was exciting, said Holly. I loved that long horn thing the best. What did Miss West call it? A didgeridoo, said Heather. Isn't there a didgeridoo? Asked Amelia Bedelia. I like the kite in the attic, said Holly. I liked all of it, said Amelia Bedelia. I understand why Miss West wants to stay in her house with all those cool souvenirs and mementos. But I wish there was some way we could have the tree house and Miss West could have the money she needs to fix up her home at the same time. That night, Amelia Bedelia perched on a stool in the kitchen, tearing up lettuce for a salad and telling her parents all about her visit to Miss West's house. She described the photographs, the kite, the sword, the didgeridoo, and finally the cars in the garage. They're really neat, she said, dumping the lettuce into a bowl. But Miss West says nobody in her family wants them. Can you toss the salad, Amelia Bedelia asked her father. Amelia Bedelia picked up the bowl of salad and eyed the ceiling. How high? She asked. Put some dressing on it and use the tongs to gently shake things around so the dressing gets on every vegetable, said her father. And about the cars, just remember, one man's trash is another man's treasure. The cars are not treasures, said Amelia Bedelia, and they are not carriages or elephants either. They're just cars, but pretty cool old ones. Plus, they belong to Miss West, and she is a woman, not a man. Some cars can be treasure, her father explained. Valuable. Worth a lot of money. How much money? Asked Amelia Bedelia. No idea, said her father. I don't know that much about old cars. But I bet your friend Wild Bill does, said her mother. Why don't you ask him? The next morning, Amelia Bedelia woke up to the sound of leaves brushing against her window. The wind had picked up and the trees were dancing. Something inside Amelia Bedelia was dancing too. Excitement! She dialed Wild Bill's number, thinking about those cool old cars in Miss West's carriage house. Her dad had said cars could be treasures, hadn't he? And Miss West needed money, didn't she? What if those old cars really were valuable? Maybe Miss West could not have to sell the lot. Maybe there was a tree house in Amelia Bedelia's future after all. Howdy, said a voice on the phone. Thank you for calling Wild Bill's Altarama, the home of the sweet deal. Are you in the market for a new car today? Actually, no, said Amelia Bedelia. I'm at home. I know who this is, said Wild Bill. Amelia Bedelia, right? That's right, said Amelia Bedelia. And I have a question for you. I know someone who has 2 cars, old ones. I was wondering if they might be worth a lot of money. Lots of people have old cars in their garage, little lady, said Wild Bill. And usually they're not worth 1 red cent. I don't think these would be worth 1 cent, no matter what color it is. Amelia and Bedelia agreed. I think they might be worth lots of dollars. One of them looks really old. It has a steering wheel on a stick, and the other one is silver and curvy and shiny. On the front it says something that starts with an F. Furry? No. Ferrari? What? Shouted Wild Bill into the phone. Ferrari! Amelia and Bedelia shouted back. Little lady, meet me right away at your friend's house. Tell me where it is, Wild Bill exclaimed. And hold on to your hat. This could be very exciting. Amelia and Bedelia told her parents where she was going and hurried over to Miss West. The wind whistled past her ears and tugged at her baseball cap. When she got there, Wild Bill was waiting at the carriage house with Miss West. Amelia and Bedelia waved to them and clamped her hands together on the top of her head. What are you doing? Wild Bill asked. I'm hanging on to my hat like you said, Amelia and Bedelia explained, or else the wind might blow it away. She looked up at him. Or, I guess you might eat it. Ma'am, can we see those cars? Wild Bill asked Miss West. Right here's how much Amelia Joy thinks the car doesn't think how much money it costs. 2 times car equals cents. I was happy to wait for this little lady, but I tell you, I am so excited I've got ants in my pants. Amelia Bedelia took a step back. How did they get in there, she asked. Smiling, Miss West unlocked the carriage house door. Jumping Joe's hat, Wild Bill exclaimed. I don't believe it. He ran into the carriage house. He circled around the cars. He peered underneath them. He peeked under the hoods. He was beaming. Ma'am, he said to Miss West, I'd be very honored to sell these cars for you. Well, Miss West was smiling too. I can hardly believe it. Perhaps they'll bring it in enough to let me make the repairs my house needs. What a windfall! Did you fall? Asked Amelia and Bedelia, concerned. Did the wind push you over? No, said Miss West, laughing. This is just the best news I've had in a long time, and all thanks to you, Amelia Bedelia. That night before dinner, the phone rang. It was Miss West. Guess what, Amelia Bedelia, she said. Your friend Wild Bill found a buyer for my cars right away. With the money from the sale, I'll be able to make my repairs. That's great, said Amelia Bedelia. So I don't have to sell a lot, Miss West went on. In fact, I've decided to donate that land to the community to be made into a park. That's really great, said Amelia Bedelia. A park to play in is way better than a place to park cars. Bye everyone, I'll read you chapter 12 tomorrow.